You mentioned, and I wanted to ask you about this, as an African-American woman, I don't know how you react to the whole birtherism of Donald Trump, which has been horrible. All the clips have been played. He came out and said one sentence, blamed Hillary Clinton for starting it, said,
Yeah.
I finished it. And you see some Republican operatives, including I saw Kelly Conway on
Yeah.
TV, essentially saying, well, she did start it, or it was someone
Yeah.
close to her, whether Sidney Blumenthal did anything or not, whether it was a volunteer or not. You're shaking your head, but this attempt now to muddy the waters. I asked Frank Luntz, who you know is, and he said, while he told me his Republican friends will be mad because he thinks that Hillary Clinton still has the advantage, he said the whole birther issue was just noise, that nobody's paying attention to that. What do you think about what's happened on that whole issue?
First of all, it's not noise, because when you stigmatize and then marginalize and then scapegoat, certain segment of the American people, you really cause a lot of friction. For 5 years, Donald Trump has peddled in this. He started a smear campaign against the President of the United States. And what Donald Trump doesn't understand, and I think so many others, I mentioned this the other day to Senator Tim Kaine, I have a birth certificate. I was born at Charity Hospital in New Orleans. My mother has a birth certificate. She was born at Charity Hospital in New Orleans. My grandparents, my great-grandparents, no birth certificate. They don't understand that slavery was about dehumanizing, about marginalizing, about creating this myth that my ancestors were not human beings. To question someone's birth and legitimacy takes us back to an era that many of us would like to put behind us. And so for 5 years, Donald Trump peddled in this conspiracy theory without understanding how much pain. I mean, you have a president of the United States, someone who is of African American, he's African descent, and of course, as you know, he is also a white American. I mean, he's both.
Right.
And to question his legitimacy, it was outrageous, it was wrong, and I think Donald Trump owes the country an apology.
You know he's not going to do that, and I figured that this was a very personal issue to you. But I wonder, when you talk to other African Americans, this is what I'm wondering electorally. I mean, he's getting crushed among African Americans, even though he says he's skyrocketing. You and I have seen the polls, right? He's getting crushed. But now it's about whether African Americans. Do you think some of them will be motivated purely on that issue that, as you mentioned, harkens all the way back to the dehumanization of slavery and the delegitimizing of the first Black American? Do African Americans get more motivated to vote against Donald Trump because of that issue?
No, they're going to vote this year because they're proud of Barack Obama. They're proud of his leadership. They're proud of his tenacity. They're proud of the fact that he turned this economy around. Unemployment is at its lowest level in almost 20 years. Wages are finally coming up. Millions of Americans with health care. The job auto industry is coming back. They're proud of his accomplishments. That's why they're going to continue his legacy. A vote for Donald Trump is a repudiation of Barack Obama and his presidency, and I think that will motivate African Americans and many other Americans. I mean, you have many Americans out there. His approval rating is over 50%. Now, if President Obama was only getting approval rating from African Americans, it would be at 12%, 13%. Right. I mean, we're not that large. But people, I think the American people are proud of this president, proud of the way he's handled the presidency, and proud of the first family, including Michelle Obama as well.